All right, we're going to get ready. Okay, so if you would, J. Darrell, please just explain to everyone um, the person that you have that needs a healing, so that way we can go over this entire method together.
Okay, I'm sorry they have me on the mic here.
Okay.
So this is my uncle. That's him in the chair. And this is my dad's youngest brother. He had cancer like 30 years ago and had radiation and chemo, and you know, had no episodes since then. And about 3 years ago, he felt like he had something wrong, and he kept going back to doctors, and no one would run tests. Finally, he made contact. He changed over. This is like the third or fourth doctor, and finally had the test ordered. And of course, he was stage 4 prostate cancer, and has had. He's just changing over now to the third treatment, and his report this last week was that the cancers had expanded. They had regressed a little bit prior to Christmas, but since then they have progressed. So I was going over and doing massage because he was having lymphedema and staying in regular contact. That he at this point is not getting encouraging news. So.
And this is another thing. When people receive the news that they have cancer, they then take in that belief system, and it affects the entire biofield. It goes into the cells, and it makes things worse because they lose all hope of living. Some people do not have this happen. There's very few, but the news of cancer hits them right in their heart, in the chakra of the heart, and it starts to manifest even more. That's why we need to be mindful of our thoughts and always thinking of happy things. And the way we see ourselves, if we do not have self-love, then we can corrupt our entire body. So what we want to do is start practicing. Now, everybody that has a crystal, even if it's not a natural crystal, just use this as a practice today. And eventually try to get yourself a naturally formed crystal. Again, the color does not matter. The clear quartz has all the 7 rays. That means it has all the 7 colors that we can actually see in our optical spectrum. So as we hold our crystal between our fingers, we're going to place our opposite hand on one of the facets with our forefinger and underneath, holding and supporting the crystal. As we look at the pyramid shape on the top, we're going to inhale and then exhale swiftly out of our nose while we're using our thoughts and imagining it to be clear. This is very important. All of our work with the crystals works with the imagination. That should tell you something about the power of our thoughts. Now, it looks like this. We're going to inhale 3 times. And on the 3rd breath, we exhale swiftly out of our nostrils because it emits the most power from the body. It is like a force. It is a laser beam of energy that comes out of us. Holding the crystal between your fingers is like a diode. So we're going to breathe now. We're going to inhale and exhale. Building up the charge. Exhale. 3rd breath in. And exhale swiftly while thinking clear. Now, you may have some mucus come out of your nose. It's no big deal. We're all adults. If that did not make your crystal feel silky smooth and it still feels kind of sticky, like it's holding something in it, spin your crystal around to one of the other facets at the top and then do it again. We're just going to inhale once this time and exhale swiftly out of the nose. Here we go. Thinking clear. Now, as I'm thinking, clearing the crystal, I'm always thinking of a rectangle shape that is overlapping the pyramid tip. This is very important. Imagination is key. So I'm just going to rotate it to another side, and I'm going to do it again. Rotate again. Rotate again. And the crystal should be silky smooth like this. No resistance. You'll breathe in and it gets slick. You exhale and it gets a little sticky. Not as sticky as when it has a charge, but just a little bit sticky. Now what you want to do is charge the crystal with your love. So what I do is I focus on the pyramid tip, looking at the crystal, and I breathe in, and as I do, I feel my heart chakra expand because I know what the feeling of love is. This is what you have to do. It's very important and vital to feel the emotions that you're putting out. That will definitely resonate and go inside the crystal and form a memory and a charge inside the crystal. So here we go. I'm breathing in, expanding my heart chakra and building up the energy. Feeling the energy rise inside to the level of joy. Keep breathing. Now, test your crystal. My finger wants to absolutely stick to the surface. It is now holding a memory and a charge of love. As long as this thought does not exit your mind, change into something lower than love, it will always maintain this thought form inside of it. As you travel throughout your day, it is you. It becomes you, like your thoughts and your mind, and is always recording wherever you go. That's why it's important to clear it before you use it every single time. Now, what we're going to do, everyone hold your crystal up like this. And we're going to begin breathing with the crystal, okay? So just hold your crystal just like this between your fingers. And I am going to be holding what I'm going to call the master crystal, okay? Because in this meditation and intention for Jay Darrell's uncle, we're going to be focusing not only on my crystal, but eventually at some point you're going to be looking at your crystal. I'm going to go through the notes and read it out loud, and then we're going to perform some of these actions, okay? So here we go. Everyone raises a crystal up just like this. And now we're going to connect my crystal with Jay Darrell's uncle. So Jay Darrell, if you would, go ahead and show us the photo of your uncle again so that everyone can burn the memory of his image into your mind. This will help a lot with this manifestation. Go ahead and talk to us, Jay Darrell, so it shows up on the screen.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So this is my uncle, Paul, with
Okay.
one of my sons.
Okay, and his name is Paul?
Paul.
Okay, very good. Now, I'll just let someone into the room. Okay, we're going to be breathing. Now, Jay Darrell and
Yes.
myself, we're going to be focusing on Paul's image. And we're going to also focus on healing him. What he needs now for the entire group to heal him. And that's going to be our love and our well wishes for his well-being, okay? Everybody got that? Now, we're going to start inhaling and breathing with the crystal. And while we breathe in, Jay Darrell, you're going to be looking at my crystal, okay?
Yes.
You're going to focus your thoughts, and I'm going to focus my thoughts into the pyramid tip of my crystal. Again, this is the master crystal. And you're going to exhale slowly. You're going to breathe in, focus the thought, and then breathe out slowly. through your nose into the crystal. All right. And then you're going to breathe in again and focus on your uncle and what we can do to help him. That's going to be the second step. You're then going to release your breath into my crystal while looking at it. And you don't have to hold the image up there the entire time, J. Daryl. I think we have a pretty good idea of who that is that's going to be receiving this healing. Okay. And then every one of you who is in this room, in this meeting right now, you're going to be focusing on the pyramid tip of my crystal. I'm going to hold it out a little bit closer to the camera. At that point, we will breathe in together, in and out, 3 times. On the second breath, you will be closing your eyes and envisioning the crystal that's in your own hands and focusing your intent into your own crystal. This is going to amplify the intentions and into this crystal. All right, so here we go. We're just going to start doing this process one by one, each step as we go through. You're raising your crystal up. J. Daryl's focused on my crystal tip. I'm focused on my crystal tip. J. Daryl, we're going to breathe in and breathe out. I want you to envision your uncle's image into the crystal. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, you're holding that vision. Now I want you to imagine what we can do to help your uncle in this moment. And everyone, I want you to envision what we can all do for this person. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now we're going to all close our eyes. I want everyone to focus on your own crystal and the image of your crystal in your mind's eye. Okay? Now, we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, breathe out. I want you to envision this person's face overlapping your crystal. Breathe in. Now, breathe out. Think of the crystal that is inside my hands. Breathe in. And when I say, we're going to breathe out swiftly out of our nose. Okay, here we go. Breathe out. Okay, we're going to do this one more time. Focus on my crystal. Breathe in. Exhaling, we're going to breathe out swiftly. Like this. Okay? Now, we're going to be putting good intentions out for this person. I'm going to start building up energy, always in a clockwise motion. I'm actually going clockwise, and you can't really tell from in the virtual world, but I'm going to spin this around, building up the energy. I'm going to focus on J. Daryl's uncle. I want everyone to close your eyes now and join me in breathing. We're going to breathe in. Envision the crystals. Envision the one in your hand. Sending all of this intention to J. Daryl's uncle. Here we go. Breathing out swiftly. Okay. Now, I don't know how my notes keep disappearing, but all right. When I am moving, when anyone is in motion, you're building up electrical charges in your body. It's very important to know this because in dancing and spinning and all of these things, we're creating vortices, different energetic fields that are very powerful if you know what to do with them. Now, as we sit here and we focus on the crystal in my hands, I am not only pumping the air through my body as I speak to you, but I am also giving the intentions of love and well-being to Jay Darrell's uncle. As I do this, I want you to do the same. Send him love. Send him healing. Okay? It's important for us to breathe, so we're going to breathe together again, inhaling. Exhaling. Building up the charge in the body. Inhale. Exhale. On the third exhalation, I'm going to send the energy outwards with the thrust of my crystal. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale swiftly from the nose. Now, these work in the etheric realm. All of the thoughts and intentions. The crystal amplifies the intentions always. And we can heal ourselves and others. Absolutely. There's no question. I've done this with myself with just a natural crystal. And I intend to have a Vogel crystal in the future myself because it will amplify the charge. The spin rate increases with the number of sides that the crystal has. So let's go through the notes and make sure we've gotten all of these different things. There are still a couple of different things that we can do. Okay. Let's do this one more time about sending him well-being. And then we want to move to someone else who may need a healing as well. I will close the session with individual people praying in their own way for this person, okay? For each person that we serve tonight, we will end with our own silent prayer and well wishes for this person. So here we go. Let's do this one more time. I'm going to send the beam outwards towards Jay Darrell's uncle. And you can do this too by holding your crystal and using your intentions and thrusting the energy outwards into the ether to where it will be received. Okay, so we're going to breathe in 3 times. On the third exhalation, you breathe swiftly out of the nostrils. Here we go. We're going to breathe in. Envision Jay Darrell's uncle. Send him love and well wishes and well-being. Envision your crystal and mine. Here we go. Third breath in. Exhaling swiftly. Very good. Thank you, everyone. Now, in silent prayer, send him love and well wishes and 100% well-being. And thank you, Jay Darrell, for sharing that with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Who else has a loved one or needs healing and well wishes? I'm sure that somebody here knows someone who needs this kind of treatment.
Okay, I don't know if I have a picture, but my brother has gotten vertigo since he came down with COVID or some illness.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really been struggling for a couple of weeks. He can't drive because he's literally dizzy all the time.
Now, do you happen to have a photo of him? If not, it's okay. We can still work with this.
No, the only thing I would have it on is my phone, and that's what I'm using.
Okay, well, no worries. What we can do is just send the thoughts to your brother. Now, I will go ahead and clear my crystal, and everyone, if you're working with a crystal, please go ahead and clear your crystal. You're going to inhale and then exhale swiftly from the nose, thinking clear. Mine is clear. Now I'm going to charge it with love. Okay. Nice and sticky. And if we're all ready to go, we're going to work with our crystals, focusing on Beth's brother, putting the intentions out, okay? Now, Beth, if you would, focus on my crystal and the pyramid shape at the top. As you breathe in, hold your breath, and then envision your brother's image into the crystal. Then exhale slowly from your nose, releasing the image into the crystal. Now, let's breathe in together and exhale. Building the charge of the body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, everyone, if you would, focus on this crystal, sending well wishes and well-being to her brother. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now, everyone, close your eyes and imagine your own crystal. Breathing in. Breathing out. Thinking of Beth and her brother, sending well wishes Beth's way and towards her brother. Breathe in and breathe out. Third breath in. We're going to exhale swiftly and sending the charge outwards into the ether towards her brother. Now, everyone, if you would, we're going to inhale together, looking at my crystal. Inhale. Exhale. Next breath in, we're going to exhale swiftly out of the nose. Here we go. Inhale. Exhaling. Very good. Very, very good. All right. Again, we're going to do a silent prayer meditation for Beth's brother. Closing your eyes, putting the intention of well-being and love, well wishes, and joy. Imagine him getting better and better, and now he is healed. He's 100% again. Thank you very much, Beth.
Thank you, everyone.
Much love to you and your brother.
Thank you.
My mom is she had been in remission for 18 years with breast cancer, and she had an ultrasound on Tuesday and it's back, so they're wanting to operate. So I'd like to heal her with this wonderful energy that's in this group right now. And I do have a picture, sort of.
Okay.
She is right. Let's see, this one right here.
Yes. The beautiful, lovely soul.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to send her love and vitality and healing. Everybody ready? I'm going to clear my crystal now. After the last one, always clear your crystal. So here we go. Nice and clear. Now add love. The highest frequency you can possibly give your crystal. Nice and sticky. All right. Everybody ready? Crystals at the ready. We're going to focus our attention on the central crystal. Breathing in and exhaling. Okay, Mish, I want you to envision your mom's image into my crystal. Focus her image in. Breathe in and hold your breath and really focus. Now, exhale slowly and release your breath and the image into the crystal. Now, we're all going to start breathing together. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Build up the charge in your body. Inhale, exhale. Focus on love and well wishes and well-being. Inhale, exhale. Now, close your eyes and imagine your crystal. Inhale, exhale. Imagining her image going into everyone's crystal now as we amplify this thought. Inhale. Exhale one time. On the next exhale, we're going to exhale swiftly out of the nose. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Releasing the charge. Okay. Focus on the crystals. You can look at your own too. Inhale. Sending well wishes. Exhale. On the next one, inhale. We're going to swiftly blow out of our nose. Here we go. Inhale. Sending the intentions out to the ethers. All right. Now hold the thought and prayer for her mother. Sending her love and healing. Seeing her at 100% health. Her vitality restored, her happiness and joy. And peace and love be with you and your mother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Becca, we're back to you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I have two people I'm thinking of, so I guess I have to choose one.
Well, we can do both. You know, we're here for everyone.
Okay, so a good friend and neighbor, Sarah, recently told me that she received a scary diagnosis. I don't know what's going on and kind of concerned. She doesn't want to talk about it, and maybe that's a good thing. So I just want to send her healing energy and love. And then another lady that I know, Suzanne, I don't know her very well, but she bought this beautiful property very close to my house and created a land trust to create like a teaching center in the forest for the children in our neighborhood. And this area of forest has been completely full of trash and broken glass for years, and people in the area, including me, I volunteered too to help clean it up. And this beautiful woman was just diagnosed with some kind of horrible malignant metastatic, I don't know, something bad. So and she seems like a very, vital, beautiful person. So I want her healing too.
Yes, I believe a lot of light workers are taking a brutal hit right now, but we have to try to remind them too that the power is within each of them to heal themselves. Absolutely. It is the power of their thoughts. And, the thoughts can absolutely heal you or hinder you. And so that's why it's important for us to gain control of our thoughts. Absolutely. So in this moment, we're going to go ahead and work with Becca's intentions. Why don't we combine the two people and say, we're going to send it out in a very powerful way to both of them at once. Again, everything works with our intentions. Absolutely everything in this existence is our will. And whatever our will is what sticks. You know, if your will is fearful, then you won't be able to do this kind of work. So absolutely, love is what creates everything. So we're going to clear our crystals now. Clearing the crystal, envisioning clear. It's nice and clear. I'm going to load it up with love. Here we go. Feel your frequency on the inside too. It's very important to truly get in touch with your own feelings. Know thyself is an absolute perfect statement for this work. Okay, and here we go. Focusing on the crystal and the pyramid tip. Becca, I want you to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and envision these people focusing on the pyramid top. Hold your breath and imagine the two people. Now breathe out slowly, releasing your breath and the image into the crystal. Now we're all going to breathe together. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, closing your eyes, envision your crystal. Breathe out. We're just building up the charge now, imagining well-being and 100% health to these people. Breathe in, breathe out. Third time, actually this is the fourth time, but we're going to exhale swiftly out of the nose on this one. Breathe in. Breathe out swiftly, releasing the charge into the ether. Okay, let's close our eyes again, imagining the crystal. Since this is two people, we're going to give them a double whammy. Here we go. Breathe in, close your eyes. Envision 100% health going towards these individuals. Exhale slowly. Breathe in. Imagining love and well-being. Breathe out slowly. Third time, we're going to exhale swiftly on this one. Breathe in. Breathing out into the cosmos. All right. Now, we're going to do our silent prayer for the people. Close your eyes. Sending them love, vitality, and 100% health. Okay, now return. I want to tell you a little secret about this work. When you do these things, when you're doing your visualization techniques, you can do any number of things as far as your thoughts, as long as they're beneficial and positive in a loving manner. I will sometimes envision beams of light in waves echoing out like it was an expanded echo, going out and reaching out to the people it's intended to. This light absolutely works. It is a meditation that can absolutely heal anyone, anywhere, at any time. The crystal amplifies all of these intentions. It is very, very powerful medicine because it comes from the heart. Yes, Sally, you have a question?
Well, if we have time, I have someone that I'd love to send some healing to.
Yes. Becca, was that all?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Becca. Much love to you and your friends. Okay, Sally.
To include mine as well, Michelle Elliott, and she lost her vision. It's in the chat.
Okay, Mina. Yes, we can come back to you in just a moment. I'm sorry, I haven't been keeping up with the chat because I've been doing meditations and things, but I will be reviewing the chat to kind of go over anything we may have missed from some of the participants. Okay, we're going to go ahead with Sally now.
Okay, this is my grandbaby, and he's 9 months old. He was born with only one kidney because the other one was not functioning at all. And he went to a specialist, and so they're concerned with this swelling of the kidney. It's called nephrosis or something. Anyway, it's where the urine doesn't go through properly. So they're concerned with that. So they're going to be doing a scan. But I know after he was born, we did a group of us did a meditation, and this scan come out perfectly fine. But this new doctor is concerned, so that he wants another scan. So I just like to send him some healing so that, we get a good report again.
Yes, very good. Thank you for sharing this information. And let's all work together on healing this small child, this future Crystal Brigade member.
Yes.
Okay, the children are our future. So I'm going to go ahead and clear my crystal now. It's nice and clear. I'm going to project love into it. Divine healing. Okay, we're ready to go. All right. If you would, Sally, I want you to begin breathing. Breathe in and hold your breath and focus the image of this child into the crystal. Here we go, breathing in. And slowly breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Everybody focus on the tip of the crystal, breathing in, breathing out together. Close your eyes now and envision the crystal tip. Breathe in. Breathe out. Envision this child in perfect health and 100% vitality, laughing and joyful. Breathe in. Breathe out. Third time, sending it out. Here we go. We're going to exhale swiftly. Breathe in. Breathing out into the cosmos. We're going to do it one more time for good measure. Envisioning the crystal. Sending out well wishes to this child. Breathing in. Breathing out. Envision the child in 100% perfect health and vitality. Breathe in. Breathe out. Envision all of the fluids and natural processes of the body flowing naturally. We're going to breathe in and exhale swiftly on this one. Here we go. Out into the cosmos. All right. Now, let's do our silent prayer and meditation for the child. Sending out vitality, love, well wishes, well-being, and total and complete healing. Send out echoes of light, radiating all around the child. The child growing and developing into a perfect adult, living out a beautiful and harmonious life. And it is so. Thank you so much, Sally.
Thank you all so much.
Love and well wishes to you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Does anybody else have anybody that needs to be healed? Do you know of anyone that may be experiencing some pain, discomfort? All right. Does anybody have questions? I'm going to go into the chat now and just review a few things. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So Becca has put into the chat, Sally, if you haven't read the chat already, that there's an Italian natural mineral water called Acqua di Fu. What is it? Is it? I can't tell if that's an I or an L. It's the text just says what. Is it Flugy?
Fuji.
Okay. That is very healing for the kidneys. Yeah, I need my glasses or something to read this tiny text. Yeah, so I don't know if you want to take that information, but any information is always good and beneficial. Yeah, please review the chat, everyone, and make sure you take in this information. Hi, Lori.
Hello. Are we going to set up a time for praise reports and healing reports and?
Yes, that is going to be, so next month, what we want to do is do a review of people, because as we go through the days, don't wait for me, start using your crystals, go out here and experiment, become childlike again with all of this knowledge, but use it with the best possible intentions. I usually put out a warning now with my videos. I don't know if you've noticed on my channel, Era of My Ways. I put out a warning label at the beginning because if anyone comes along and thinks that they're going to be using this for some sort of deceptive practice or for dark arts, you're going to get a backlash. Absolutely. Any intention, start noticing this in your daily life. If you put out bad thoughts, you will absolutely get bad things back that happen in your life. These are life lessons to start paying attention to. That's why this is an amplification tool of all of your emotions and all of your energy. And when you amplify it, you want to make sure that it is going to be of the best intentions, not only for someone else, but for yourself, because what you put out is what you get back. Mina, please come forward.
Yes, I wrote the one about Michelle Elliott. She's a talented actress, but she's lost her eyesight, and she's a playwright. So if we could do healing for her, that'd be wonderful.
Yes, certainly. Okay. All right, everybody, if you would, get out your crystal. We're going to clear the crystal one more time. Here we go, clearing it. Nice and clear, charging with love. All right, nice and sticky. I always test mine. Even though I know it's good, I'm like, no, I like feeling it. I like feeling the stickiness and verifying everything. Okay, so we're going to start breathing and focusing on this. So Mina, if you would, if you can see my crystal, focus on the pyramid tip here. I want you to inhale and hold your breath and envision the person that needs to be healed, okay? Then let your breath out slowly, releasing the image into the crystal. Now, everybody, let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now close your eyes, envisioning the crystal in your mind's eye. Breathe in. Breathe out. Focusing on well-being and perfect health and love to this person. Inhale. And exhale slowly. Now we're going to breathe in and exhale swiftly. Here we go. Breathing in. Exhale swiftly. Out into the ether. Okay. Let's focus again. Focusing on the pyramid tip, we're going to breathe in well-being and love. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Focusing on these good intentions towards this person, restoring their vision to 100% full health and vitality. Breathe in. We're going to exhale swiftly and out into the ether. Perfect. Thank you. Any other questions, Mina?
Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate that.
Okay, let's do our
She was-
silent prayer and meditation for this person. Close your eyes. Envision the crystal in your hands if you have one. If not, envision my crystal and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Sending out light waves on the exhale. Breathing in one more time. And breathing out. Releasing that out into the cosmos. Okay. Anybody else have questions, or do you have someone that you know that might need a healing? Okay. Well, you can do this work with anyone, anywhere. You know, it's very important. Hi, James. You have a question?
Yeah, I just had something quick and something I've been thinking about. But most of the things that you do like this with crystals, or say like dowsing or tarot cards and healing, it's important to connect in with your larger spiritual self, your higher spiritual self, and channel that through the work that you're doing. And so I just wanted to get your thoughts on that too, because I know we kind of do that, but not really in any kind of a specific like meditation or connection, I guess, through the pranayama breathing. But should we be doing it, maybe trying to get at that a more firm connection in that regard, or
Yeah,
what do you think?
so here I am working every day at saying, please allow me to help these other people, so, and you can do this too. It is a daily practice that I do, of giving gratitude for the knowledge and being able to put this out in the best possible way. I was doing it earlier in the day. I said, please allow me to know this absolutely in my heart, to be able to help people in the best manner possibly, and just, I feel like I'm already grounding myself pretty much. But yes, you are right. We all need to practice the meditations. I'm sorry if I assume that everyone already does these kinds of things to put out the best intentions. But we are, as we're doing this entire process, we are all here together as one and focused in one aspect as one unit together. So, having that alone is very, very powerful. But as a daily practice, if all of you have not started doing meditations, even throughout your day, just being in your own moment where you're giving gratitude and grace for things that happen and come to you, even if it's bad, because everything is a lesson to learn from. And this is how we grow. So thank you, James, for adding that little note. I try to just go ahead and move forward in most of the videos, so that way we can get into the processes. But if people need help with meditations and such, I'd be more than happy to make some videos to help you visualize some things, because it all works with your visualization and your emotions. Your emotions plus your thoughts create. They absolutely go out here in scalar form. and create the reality all around you. So that's why, I feel like not only is this a practice in healing, but it's a practice in self-respect and regard, and in controlling the chaos that can be the mind. I don't know how many of you have mind chatter or thoughts that are just like this all day, but being in silence, and that's one that book, the Franz Barden book, Initiation in Hermetics, first lesson, learn to be silent and silence the mind. That way you can control what comes in, and you can start to listen to the inner voices that will start to speak to you. It is your higher self that comes through most of the time, if you allow it. But thank you, James. James, do you meditate a lot yourself in your own daily practice?
I don't meditate a lot. I mean, that's something I'm working on. I'm not too good at it because I have a pretty active mind, but I'm getting better.
Yes.
So
a trick for everyone to get good at silencing the monkey mind, what they call the monkey mind, because it chatters. It is to listen, close your eyes and listen to your breath. When you listen, you turn off the chatter and you become more focused, and it makes it easier. But then when you start to drift off, you got to catch yourself and bring it back to the breath. I would say start with this small meditation first, and then from there you will get more powerful. And the voices that are trying to talk to you sometimes will come through. I've had this happen to me a few times in my life where the voice comes through very strong, and the energy of it sometimes is male, sometimes is female, sometimes it's young, sometimes it's old. And when you learn to listen to these etheric voices in your head, you realize they are not your own thoughts. Now, sometimes those voices or thought forms in your head will try to manipulate you. If you've been around alcohol or other people who have low states of consciousness, these things will find you because of your light, and they want to try to subvert your light. I know this because I have been in many different instances and situations in my life where I've been around darkness and dark people. And these things come in. They start to try to get to you and try to get you to do things that you would not normally do. And if you act on them, you sink in your consciousness. That's why we're dealing out here in the world with dark magic. Absolutely everywhere. You turn on a TV, you turn on the radio. It is dark magical practice, because look at the content. This is what you can do to determine whether it is beneficial or not. Listen and look at the content that is being put out anywhere, and you will know absolutely that it's dark, especially from Hollywood. And we need to know these things. And that's why I encourage everyone here to go and listen to Jordan Maxwell on YouTube and what he has to say about the world that exists all around us. It is a world of symbols and words, and it is absolutely affecting our daily lives. So what I've decided is that I'm going to be working on a defense against the dark arts course, because again, with Marcel Vogel's work, he teaches you how to negate dark factions when you may be attacked psychically or otherwise, or something enters your field and affects you. I have a questionnaire for people for if they are being affected, or how to know if they're being affected by disincarnate entities. That means etheric entities or demons or anything of that nature that we cannot see, but we can sense. One of the symptoms is that all of a sudden, for no reason at all, you will lose all your energy. just like a battery that has just drained all of the energy out of it. You will feel sleepy around certain people. You know, just all of a sudden it will hit you. That means that there is an entity attachment either on someone or in the room with you. I want to tell you about today. I was in Atlanta today at a client's house working on a piece of furniture, a faux finish type thing. She was gone and she had her heat on, but I'm sitting there and all of a sudden this cold air, like a breeze, like a door or window was open, comes and touches me. I even turned around to look to see if anything was there that I could detect. Now, I cannot see entities, at least I've never been able to for most of my life, but I can feel them when they're around. And so I started addressing it. And I said, I'm sorry, I cannot see you. And I don't think you should be in my field right now. So I made it go away by Marcel Vogel's technique. I'm going to teach you this technique right now. So that way, if at any moment you feel or sense something around you or near someone or attached to someone, you can use this meditation technique that will absolutely remove them from your field. You take your crystal, and of course, I'm going to go ahead and discharge it now from its previous use. Charge it with love and protection. Now, as you're using the crystal, you want to envision a circle of light. And you envision the circle of light in a counterclockwise fashion. On screen, it's going to look clockwise. For me, it is counterclockwise. You're going to do this 2 times, envisioning a circle and then a circle within a circle. 2 circles of light that have just formed in front of you. If any of you guys have seen Doctor Strange, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Counterclockwise motion pushes out energy, pushes away, breaks up, moves it out of your field. Clockwise energy brings in whatever it is you want to bring in. That's usually beneficial energies, harmonies, and frequencies, love and things of that nature. So what we do is we go counterclockwise twice, envisioning creating a circle of light in the direction that you feel this thing, whatever it may be. And envision that circle within another circle. As you circle, you're circling once and twice, okay? You have just created an etheric energy field. Now you want to collapse the field around. It will collapse the circles and breaking the energy and protecting yourself as this all happens. And when you break it, you're going to have your crystal out, just like we were doing before, sending the energy out into the cosmos. So you've got your 2 circles, and now you're going to exhale swiftly out of your nose, imagining those circles collapsing the field and exploding outwards like a force field. And here you go, you inhale, and you exhale, and you strike with the crystal in the direction that you want the energy to go out. Those 2 circles will absolutely collapse and break the field. You can do this 2 and 3 times to make sure that the thing is absolutely gone. This is important knowledge because we are dealing with etheric entities right now to this day, everywhere, out here in the population where everyone is sleeping on purpose. There are entities attached everywhere, and we have to become cognizant of this information. It affects people and they do not know of their existence. Again, dark magical practices have been used for a very long time, and it has subverted our world all around us. We are not just dealing with cabal and Kabbalists. When they call them cabal, it's because they know Kabbalah, okay? Cabal is not just a term that's used for these evil entities. It is the Kabbalistic and Kabbalah. That means they know these dark practices. They've been using Kabbalah, Hermetics, to control us. And that's why we need this. We need this group. We need each and every one of you. Anyone who's willing to step up and to learn this knowledge, it is very powerful knowledge, and we need an army right now. We can change the world together. So, does anybody else have any questions or comments? I was trying to go through the chat because it kind of got away. Yeah, so I do recommend that book by The Science of Pranayama, just quickly. Learn some breathing techniques. Learn to hold your breath, and then breath of fire techniques, and all of the different techniques that are suggested. Kundalini yoga will absolutely start to charge your etheric body, and you will be able to astral project. I've felt the energy rise up the back of my spine, and it is real. If you do all of these modalities that are out here, the Tai Chi, Qigong, moving energy, flowing the energy through your body through pranayama and Kundalini yoga and sun gazing and grounding and earthing yourself, you will absolutely become illuminated. And I wish that for everyone who wants to truly know their own power. Mish, you have a question?
So I have really small crystals to start with their necklaces. But my daughter, who has special needs in this nonverbal, just turned 18. And last year, she really wanted to get into playing the crystal alchemy bowls, not the quartz ones, but we bought a set, invested in a set, and she will go and on her augmentative communication device, it's a little iPad mini, she'll tell me she wants to play the bowls. And lately it's been all day, you know, we homeschool her, thankfully. And I'm just wondering if the crystal in those bowls has the same effect as, you know, crystals that we wear or like you have.
It probably will not have the same effect, only because those crystals have been melted to take on that form. They lose their structured capability when they are reformed and reshaped into something else. But what she is drawn to is the frequency of sound. And that is an absolute healing modality, you know. We're dealing with aspects of light that we are not aware of. I have seen different videos where they create sound underwater and it creates bubbles. And then what's emitted from the bubbles is light as soon as the bubbles pop. Everything is sound, everything. You know, it's all a frequency, a divine geometry, the sacred geometrical structures. That is what we emit from our mind that reacts with this other sacred geometry that's out here that's called Metatron and the Merkaba field. You know, that all of this information is in all these occult books that you can find in the world. I mean, when you find out some of these big words, go and look them up. Please, I cannot stress enough that each one of you needs to let go of the adultish part of yourself and be curious like a child again. And don't be shy about going and being curious, you know, and don't be afraid, because you're needed in the world right now to go and do all of this magical work that has been waiting for us to rediscover it. They shut us down, you know, with the Vatican and its control. They absolutely shut us all down by the witch trials and all these different things, you know, making this seem like it's woo-woo witchcraft when it is not. This is our natural capabilities that we are working with and in harmony with the earth. I can't stress this enough, you know, how important it is for us to return to the earth. She's begging us to come back. Did you have any more questions, Mish?
Well, so the sound vibrations, will it disperse the entities as well?
It is your intention and your thoughts. Your willpower is everything in this existence. Why do you think they want it so bad? Why do you think that if you consent to any of their wishes, you've already lost your battle? If you stand in your countenance on your own will and say, no, I do not consent to the mask, to the vaccine, to anything that these dark magicians are trying to sucker people into, then your will is the most powerful thing out there in the world. Absolutely. You know, you do not, so don't cave in. You don't cave in to someone else's desires if it matters on a soul level. That's what they're getting people with. Why do you think they want to collect people's DNA? Because it's part of their soul access. That is the genetic code that holds the information of the soul, you know, and where it goes. And now they want to modify it. And now they want to try to lure people into modifying their DNA with these new med technologies. I would absolutely avoid a med at all costs, because we are not on the other side of this war. I said this the other night in a meeting, and I'm going to just keep saying it over and over. Use your discernment. Your discernment is your heart chakra. Know in your heart, 360-degree awareness, that we need to be aware that they are trying to get us to relinquish our soul to them. We are absolutely dealing with demons, you know, and they're not human. I know people that have seen them for what they truly are. And we've got to change this, you know, we got to turn the ship around. And we can do it because we're working with love and light here, the most powerful force. That's why they're afraid of us. They are running scared because we're waking up. And our true countenance is that we are the kings and queens of this world. This is our dominion, but we gave up all of our will to these overlords. And now it's time to take our power back. We need to reclaim our position in this world. We are very, very powerful light beings, but are you working with light or are you working with darkness? Where do your thoughts go? You know, that will tell you something about yourself. If you're not absolutely working in your best interest and the best interest of others, then there's some darkness left and you need to clean it out. It's all about introspection. That's what Hermetics and Kabbalah are. It's all about the self. You can't change everyone out here, but you can change yourself. What do I need to do to polish and shine on the inside so that my light grows? Because everything is light and darkness. It's been eternal since the dawn of time, and it always will be. So, does anybody else have any questions? Misha, or you have any more questions? Okay. How about anybody else? Any comments or questions? I know I can get intense sometimes with my intentions, but I cannot stress enough a lot of these things that I say. The countenance of each one of you matters. You know, in your daily practice, what is your will? When you leave your meat suit, which is your body, your conscience goes out, back into the ether, back up to the light. What is the light source we have here? We have the sun. You know, why do you think ancient peoples worship the sun? Why do you think the sun was so important in their imagery? Because they knew absolutely where they came from. That's God. God is up there shining light on us. If we did not have the light of the world, which is also Jesus, which is the sun, listen to Jordan Maxwell. He will explain all of this to you. Then we would not be here. We could not exist without the sun. And it's not just an object in the sky. It has consciousness. Everything does. You will learn this when you grow in different aspects. I learned more from Dolores Cannon too about all of these things. Because when people are regressed into past lives, you get to know that everybody has experienced being the trees, being the wind, being the birds, and the animals of the land, and being other people. It's all consciousness, and we've experienced it. We just don't remember. These are fascinating times because all of this stuff is starting to come back into one unit, and it makes me so happy because I've always been the weird one out here going, yeah, I like the weird stuff. And then I get looked at sideways by most people in the populace because, you know, who wants to be around a weirdo, you know? It's my age, y'all. It's my turn to shine. I've been picking up pieces of information for you, you know, because you're here and you're interested in the knowledge. And for that, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Cynthia, you have a question?
There is a video on Mighty Networks. It's I think Twin Souls or something, where this woman with the tuning forks has removed a barcode from a woman who had an entity from past lives in her. It's such an interesting video. I was going to take it and put it on the home page, but I didn't know if it would have appropriate for me to do that. But it's so interesting to hear the journey she had with this woman, and she has permission to say exactly what happened. But in the past life, these three entered people had actually a contract all the way to the granddaughter. And she, with the tuning fork, she kept removing pieces of the barcode.
Oh, yeah.
It was, for me, so fascinating to be, I would have been honored to get to do something like that. It's a beautiful video.
Yeah, well, each and every one of you has the power. You absolutely have to just begin believing in yourself again. You have the power to do many, many things. We've forgotten.
I want to heal myself.
Yeah, so, you know, if you need help, you know, accessing things in the past, I do past life regression therapy based on Dolores Cannon's work. You know, I'm here to help people. And we can always do an exchange, you know, if people can't afford things. I'm willing to work on people with many different levels of things. And this crystal knowledge, it blows me away. Every time I watch a new video, or one that I haven't traversed, I learn something new because it's so important. It's so good. And I just feel like, you know, once we get this out, all this knowledge to the world, just think of the beautiful things we can do. They're using crystals.
People have to accept it. They
Well,
have to
and
accept something like that.
And that's why I say, you know, this is a physical thing that we can totally test, even with just touching it after it's been discharged and charged. We can test it and prove that something is happening. And then it's a physical aspect of what can actually be manifested out here because I've used it on people. And this woman, the last healing I did, the woman had pain for 10 years from a car accident in her neck. I released that 10 years of pain with just this crystal. That's what we can do. I mean, what are we waiting for, you know? And all you have to do is keep practicing. You know, it's not a perfect science for myself either. I've been doing it for, you know, a few months now, and I've been watching his stuff off and on for years. But it wasn't until last year that I was like, we absolutely have to get this to the world, because it's a physical 3D object that can absolutely prove the spirit world and ethereal things actually exist and work. And it's just the power of your thoughts. That's why I like it. It's a segue into this next age and this whole concept of our thoughts creating our reality. That's why it's important. And even Marcel was expressing how important his knowledge was, like just to get it out there to the world. So please, by all means, go play. Be a child again. Play with your crystal. Come up with ideas. You know, people are putting them inside copper pipes after they've wrapped a copper wire around it, creating its own scalar waves. As that wire squeezes the crystal, it starts to emit a scalar wave. And as it's in the bottom of this pipe, they are now sinking the pipes down into this substance called organite. The organite is typically layers of metal and stone, which is sand. You use sand like another quartz material, and it's built up in layers of cake and cast in resin. Once it's cast in resin, that then squeezes everything together, again, giving off an electrical charge. It's put into a 5-gallon bucket, all of this stuff. This is the new version that I've found recently. It used to be that it was put in the ground with just the crystal and the wire and the copper pipes in a manner so that it's 6-foot copper pipes aimed at the sky. It's called a cloud buster. Look this up. It's Wilhelm Reich, R-E-I-C-H. He has a museum. There's a museum in his name dedicated to him, and it's about the orgone energy that he was working with. He created a device, a natural device called a cloud buster. And the cloud buster could make it rain in the desert. This is the power that exists all around us, and it's free energy. And once we get our hands on it, that means the cabal cannot control us anymore. And that's their biggest fear. So this cloud buster, I have, I believe, all the materials. I'm going to make one right now, you know, like in the next week or so, because I look outside at all of the decimation from the chemtrails they're spraying, and the branches of my trees, they're all falling out, and the trees are dying with fungus because they've changed the biology of the soil. These cloud busters and other things that you can do will absolutely change all the frequencies that they're trying to blast us with. Cloud busters will put out a different charge frequency that then changes the fields of these negative frequencies. I believe it's actually positively charged frequencies that they're bombarding us with when we need to be in a balanced field. I was listening to Marcel talk about the balanced field that we absolutely need to be in, which is a positive and negative. But the earth emits a negative charge that we then should be connected to, but we aren't connected anymore because we wear shoes, which have a rubber sole as a buffer to keep us disconnected. What are we going to do to change this? I've got a friend who wants to make some shoes out of some kombucha scobies because it hardens. You know, if you dry out a SCOBY from kombucha, that thing is like almost like leather, and you could probably sew it together like a rawhide leather. You could probably sew it and make some soles to some shoes. He wanted to try to do that. These are the kind of people I hang out with. But yeah, ideas, people. Become childlike. Go play with your crystal. Get you some dowsing rods. Put an intention in your mind to look for different energy fields or vortices or whatever it is, even devas, which are earth spirits, or, you know, different things out here. Go out and communicate and play with your crystal and start healing things. And then bring back the results. Next month, I've already put the meeting on the schedule that we're going to meet to share our notes and findings of what we've learned while we've been out here playing. You know, whatever your results are, or if you've been able to heal people or heal other things, maybe even your pets, whatever. anything. The sky is the limit. And I cannot stress this enough that, you know, we're here to serve, and we're here to take our domain back and to heal it and to heal each other while we're doing this. So does anybody else have any questions? I've made some shorter videos of how to clear and charge a crystal so that you can go and you don't have to go through the 2-hour-long video or whichever, you know, however long it was, to learn how to discharge and charge a crystal and use it. But that's all of it in a nutshell. Is there any more questions or anything? And if anybody wants the session notes,
I have a quick question.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Sorry. Just the books that you were showing, can you show them again?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so the Science of Pranayama is one that is recommended by Marcel Vogel, and Sri Swami Sivananda is the author. Science of Pranayama, very small book, not very big. I think it was probably, I don't know if it's $14 or something. I don't think it's very expensive. All of these books can be found on Amazon. Initiation into Hermetics by Franz Barden. This is the book that you will want to begin practicing. Again, this is going to initiate you into the magical practice of your own mind. What you can do with your mind and all of the 4 elements. Actually, there's 5 because the ether is the 5th one. But fascinating book. It is legitimate practice. The other book from Franz Barden is, this is book number 3. I didn't bring out the one where it's the book 2, because it's about summoning and doing different rituals and things. And it's not a dark practice, but it's not something that I want to focus on. So I left it inside. I do recommend, if you're going to do Franz Barden's work, I recommend this book, A Barden Companion. And it's about practical companion for the student of Franz Barden's system of Hermetic initiation. Hermetic is Hermes. Hermes was the Grecian term for Thoth. Thoth is this guy. Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean. Oops, there we go. This guy is an ibis-headed being, and he was the keeper of records in Egypt's time. There's a lot of knowledge in that Emerald Tablets book. I actually experienced the Mandela effect with that book, so that means that it is pretty important, even though it's kind of short. It does have some magical practice in it. We are all magicians. We were just never aware of it, just so you know. Every human walking the planet is a magician, absolutely. They just didn't want you to know, so they demonized it. You're either working with the forces of light or you're working with the forces of dark. And that is the determination of where you lie. It depends on your will. So the Cult of the Black Cube, you don't have to get this book. I got it recently. They had 920 copies, I believe. This was a $75 book. I bought this because I was curious as to what we're dealing with. These people are worshiping Saturn. Saturnian grimoire. He's eating a baby. What are these people doing in the world? That's what I wanted to know. I ask that all the time, that I just want to be shown the truth. And so this book came across my field online. And I said, you know what? I'm ordering that book because I want to know what these things are that we're dealing with. And why is it Saturn that they worship? Why do they sacrifice humans to Saturn, which is Satan, which is Chronos, which is time, which is death, and all these other things? It represents so many things. Please go watch Jordan Maxwell. He will explain all of this to you. And he will open your eyes like you've never believed was ever possible. Very important. Yeah, so those are the few books that I brought. And if you need quartz crystals, I do have some, you know, these things are, this is probably a 4.5-inch crystal. And they're very, very lovely. Like, I was so happy when this set of crystals came in. And I'm only going to be offering them to Crystal Brigade members. I'm not going to sell these locally at the local store because these are too important. Like I said, I paid a little more for these, but they're well worth it, you know, because of the size and quality that they are. So I guess that's about it. Does anybody have any other questions, comments, concerns, experiences to share? Well, oh, Vera, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I've done fork tuning, and I just wanted to let people know it's extremely profound work. You can work on clearing your ancestral lineages, both the patriarchal and the matriarchal, and Eileen McCusick's books, biofield tuning. She's got 2 of them out now. She's an amazing human being with an extensive training program. But the forks are really, really powerful. And another thing, I just highly recommend that anybody who can go to sound baths, especially with gongs, most of the gong people have about 10 other instruments. They're extremely powerful, and it's almost like shamanic, but it's very clearing. I've laid in sound baths and felt different parts of my body be activated with different sounds and different instruments. So, and there are a number of them out there. I highly, highly recommend it. So many people get healed in just one sound bath because it's group work. Thank you, Ellen. You did an awesome job.
Oh, thank you, Vera. Thanks for coming. Thank you for all that information.
You're welcome.
Mish, you had a question?
Yeah, sorry, one last one.
Okay.
If we're interested in getting, you know, crystals that aren't the size of a grain of sand, how do I just email you, or
Yes,
how do I?
you can just email me. I'm going to go ahead and put my email in the chat. Did we
Thank
get
you
to-
so much. This was wonderful. I
Oh, yeah.
appreciate you.
It's very important. So thank you guys for being here, because without you, I couldn't share this knowledge, and, you know, at least plant seeds of interest in each of you so that you can go out and do this practice too. And I encourage you to do your own research. Go watch Marcel's videos. Go listen to Jordan Maxwell. You know, find these books, read and study and learn about all these things that are happening all around us, because there's so much more than just what's on the news. And with all this drama that's going on in the world, we have to come back into our own power and to know ourselves absolutely so that we can truly help. I know that everybody wants to help in some way. And with this, you know, defense against the dark arts and all of this, it's real. I mean, we're Harry Potter, you know, we're living it and we never realized it. But let's just go out here and be the light and send the love waves out with our crystals, because it's just going to amplify everything, you know, and this little thing can amplify your thoughts and create even more. You know, it's like so powerful just to put it out there and blast it out there everywhere. Love, like love beams and bubbles and everything else. It's like a little wand. Well, if nobody else has questions, then we're going to go ahead and wrap this session up, and do mark your calendars. Friday, February 11th at 7 p.m. That's when we're going to have the next Crystal Brigade meeting. And I want you to go out here and practice with your crystals and just play like a child. Anything that comes to mind. You know, if you put 2 and 2 together and you come up with a different kind of experiment, try it. I encourage this. This is how we're going to grow and learn. We have to break out of the old paradigm. Very, very important stuff here, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And to each person who shared their special person that needed our blessings tonight, you know, I'm grateful that you stepped up and were not shy. Thank you to you, and all the best to their healing and speedy recoveries. And we are going to put that out there in the ethers, and it's going to continue to work in their best interest and yours. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good evening. You can unmute your
Thank you, Ellen.
microphones.
Thanks, Ellen.
Yeah, thanks, Ellen.
Thank you,
Thank
Ellen.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful session.
Mhm.
Thanks,
You too.
everybody. Have a good
Thank you.
evening.
Much love.
Bye.